DJ Specks.
You already know what this is, man. It's Specks, aka Specks Vision, and I'm coming to y'all with another anime review. This time I got One Punch Man, episode 24, the wiping of disciples' butts, and that's what I call it. I think it just be called the wiping of disciples, but hey, it sounds better that way. But again, this is an episode that continues the fight between Garu and Bane. It comes in right as they're fighting, and Genos is observing all the fight and saying how it's truly a fight between two masters of the same technique, but you still can see who's the student, who's the master, because Bane was still way ahead of him, still whooping his butt. It happened so bad that Garu says this is unlike Bane, because Bane never wails this hard on an opponent before. He's really going all in all on him, and he found that like very crazy that his master never did this, and wonder why he's doing that. So he switches mid-fight from his fighting form that he learned from Bane and started doing the thing he realized that Watchdog Man was doing, that he tried to do earlier in this, like 2 episodes ago, but now he's doing it again, the same fighting style as Watchdog Man. Bane sees this and is confused, like where he learned this technique from. Before he can get an attack on him though, that's when Bonk came and kicked him in the face and knocked him out of the way. This is right after he defeated the rest of the monsters that came to save him. So after that, they started doing a 2v1 fight on him, and he still couldn't understand why his master and his brother is attacking him this way, full force, like it never had before. And he said he probably could hang with them if he wanted to, but he's injured right now, so he definitely can't handle them right now. So he just went, wow, they basically bullying him into fighting right now, which triggers a flashback to when he's a kid, and the flashback shows him playing at recess with some other kids. They don't really show the kids' faces. They just got them as shadows with like kind of scary, comical like faces. And basically they're playing heroes versus monsters. And you know, just like cop and robbers, somebody gotta be the cop, somebody gotta be the robbers. But in this case, somebody has to be the hero, and somebody has to be the monsters. But it seemed like all the kids is heroes except for him, and he has to be a monster. And of course, they all gang up on him and beat him up. And I assume eventually he got sick and tired of this and retaliated against the popular boy. And he got in trouble, and still they keep calling him monster for the fight he did, because since the boy's popular, everybody jumped his bandwagon and saying that Garu's the problem. So he just took it to heart, like he's always be the monster, and people call him monster anyway, so he's gonna grow up to become a monster. Hence, this is what's going on. He's trying to kill or defeat all the popular heroes right now, all the S rank, A rank heroes. But the fight continues after the flashback, and all of a sudden you see Phoenix Man. He's flying in the air, thinking about it should be great to save Garu right now, but he can't because it's too risky and whatnot. Then like out of nowhere, Elder Centipede comes and attacks the group, and right at instant, Phoenix Man come, grab Garu, and flies off to hand them to the Monster Association. So leaving Bang and Bomb back to fight Elder Centipede. Bang and Bomb use their most powerful technique combined to kill him. They couldn't do it. Then Genos comes and goes inside Elder Centipede to try to blow him up from the inside, and that didn't work as well. So Bane decides to stay back and try to kill Elder Centipede by themselves. And out of nowhere, freaking King comes with a megaphone and announces that Blast is here, and if Elder Centipede wants a rematch for Blast, because apparently Blast had almost killed him last time a couple years ago. I think it was like 10, 15 years ago that happened, and he want a rematch, they come get a rematch because he's right down the street. So Elder Centipede, of course, takes the bait and begins to go attack King. But unbeknownst, King has Saitama right there waiting. And Saitama comes out last minute and kills Elder Centipede in one punch, disintegrating him. Then out of nowhere, Genos comes and asks Saitama, was he missing, was he lacking? And Saitama simply puts power. And just, okay, yeah, I need more power. That's what I need. I need power. I'll go focus on getting more power. And that's basically in the episode. So, like, the name of the episode was The Wiping of Disciples. I assume this is like, in my take, the students are still not as good as the master. Speaking of Geru and Bang, Bang definitely still outclassing him. And with Saitama and Genos, Saitama is still outclassing Genos. So basically, just the masters still way ahead of their disciples and have to wipe their butts because they still can't handle their own stuff. But great episode. I liked it. Rated for episode 25. You know, this has been a great season. I read a little bit of manga, so I'm a little bit ahead, but I'm just waiting for the whole Geru and Saitama fight, of course. And yeah. Hey, before y'all go, y'all make sure y'all check out Legacy of the View. That's my first comic book. I got an Indiegogo right now. At the bottom of the page, you see the link, right? Click that, go support it. It's about a high school teenager who's a musical engineer with powers like Green Lantern, kind of like a mix between Gambit and Spider-Man and the Blue Beetle, with all that. But at the same time, he don't want to be a superhero. He just want to be an average kid and hang out with his friends, play the PS4, and of course, pursue his music career. I have guest appearances by popular musicians in it, artists you would know. And it's mixed between the comic culture as well as the hip hop culture. So y'all check that out. It's only $5 to show your support. Again, it's at the bottom. And it's for the Legacy of the View, my first comic book. Again, this is Specks, aka Specks Vision. This was an anime review. And under the scope, I had One Punch Man episode 24, The Wiping of Disciple.